Anyone can try to step into tech, but do you have what it really takes to succeed?
In today's episode, we're diving into the high-performance habits that will help you break into the tech industry and set you up for long-term success.
Well, Paloma, you know all about high-performance habits.
You're the one reading all the books, though.
I read the books, you apply them.
That's like the catchphrase with every conversation with Julie.
No, but high performance is a very catch-all term, but I really think it's about how much intensity and intention you put into anything you're doing. But in this case, how much intensity and intention you put when you are transitioning into tech and when you want to grow into the industry. So let's first start talking about transitioning, what it really takes. The commitment to learning. And when we say commitment to learning, we don't only mean, let's say you enroll at Yellowtail Tech, we don't only mean showing up to the classes, to the live classes.
That's the bare minimum.
That's the bare minimum. You have to be committed to be curious.
Well, you have to commit to come to the classes distraction-free, ready to extract 2 hours of knowledge in every class.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people don't do that.
And some people, we have to admit, we cater to people with real jobs.
Yeah.
Real
people.
Real people with real issues.
Real adults.
So it takes a special kind of person to work full time and to show up and still have the energy, the bandwidth, the mind space to commit for 2 hours. We have to give prop to people who actually can do it. But that's what's required. You see what I mean? But you have to show up. You have to be intentional about not only the work that's being offered to you by Yellowtail Tech, but the action or the habit or the necessity of being curious about the industry. Because not everything is going to happen in the live session. Not everything is going to happen or going to be presented to you in the pre-recorded portion of the program. What's going to start making a difference is how much you go out of your way to immerse yourself in technology.
You make the magic happen.
Immerse yourself, go on YouTube, go on Reddit, start being part of
communities.
Of a community that's eager about learning the material. So that's what I mean about learning. I don't mean opening your books. I don't mean showing up to class. This is the bare minimum that's actually required, but that's not where it ends.
It's a commitment to learning that doesn't only stop with the course ending, right?
Yeah.
It's a commitment that, hey, I'm going to be in this newbie stage forever. Yeah. And that's one of the main difference between a tech career and almost any other career I can think of. Like, even if you became a surgeon, your knowledge as a surgeon is more stable, at least for 3-4 years, than ours.
Yeah.
For us, things change almost on a weekly, monthly basis. Like, to be honest, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
I felt that I was super proficient in Terraform. 5 years ago, 6 years ago? And now, whenever I see the new features that are available, I'm like, whoa, my code is subpar. Like, I have to step up.
Yeah. And,
like, it wasn't in my plan to go and update all my Terraform knowledge. Like, I saw it as, hey, I'm a cloud person. I need to keep up with cloud, but all these other tools that support my day-to-day, I have to be on it. And if not, the job market is just going to leave me behind.
Yeah. And also, we have to talk about the strong study habit to get you there. Because showing up to class, being curious is one, but being able to put together a study schedule, sticking to it,
Time management.
time
Like,
management, and also enrolling people around you to support you, and creating the space and time to study is very important.
and you have to enroll them, guys, because when you grow, your community grows. Like,
And your family too.
yeah,
You're gonna be the
it's
first
it's
one to.
it's real. The more money in my pocket, the better the life quality gets for my mother.
or your daughter or your friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can enroll them into our goals.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? Because it's not like, hey, you have to do my dishes every night or you have to cook for me every day. But hey, I'm gonna study for this cert. Can you watch Zoe? Not you, like let's say my mother. Can you watch Zoe for 4 hours every Sunday? And then I make it a point to have uninterrupted 4 hours to study.
Yeah, and it's not only that. Can you not invite me out every
Yeah.
time you get a chance? Because don't insert temptation. It's
Yeah.
not the time to.
It's
insert
not the season for partying.
Exactly.
It's not the season.
For example, if I know I have a friend who's focusing on trying to get something done, even if there is a hangout, I'm not going to reach out to him. I'm going to let him focus. You see, it's not the time to try to tempt someone, to try to get them out the house, to try to tell them, yeah, one life to live, you will have time to study. This is the attitude of someone you haven't enrolled
Yeah.
in your studies. That's what I mean.
And another thing, if your friends can't understand that, maybe they're not the friends you need in this season of your life.
Yeah. Or, yeah, like you said, end the season. You can put a pause on this person. You're not enemies, but nowadays, this is not my priority. And you need to be able to articulate this very clearly. Some people are not able to do that or don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, and it's not just not having the temptation. Like, you have to manage your time and your energy. If you go to bed at 4 in the morning on a Friday night, like, most likely you're not going to be able to focus on studying on Saturday or Sunday.
Any day, any time on
Because you're going to
Saturday.
be worn out.
Yep.
Like, we know a couple Supermans out there that can pull it off, but most of us can't. At least me and
It's especially when you pass
at this
35.
age.
It takes twice the amount of time to recover. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And the third thing about high performance is about the willingness to go the extra mile. Meaning, you get this far with Yellowtail Tech, you get this far with what we offer. Okay, you have to always keep asking yourself, okay, this is what I got, but what do I need? You see what I mean? Difference. This is what I received. What do I need to add? And how do I get it? How do I put the extra mile? And this comes very handy when it's time for
To interview.
for interview. Yeah.
Or during an internship.
Yeah, during the interview, it's about, okay, I know all these tools, but this is what the job description says I need. How much effort I'm going to put to learn, to quickly have an idea at least about these additional tools to show up in the interview and still be able to perform. That's going the extra mile. But yeah, to me in general is being willing to go out of your way to not only for you mentioned during the apprenticeship.
Oh, yeah. So if you're doing an internship and you notice, so in general, the world is going to give you clues of what you need to work on. You just need to pay attention. If you're consistently getting tickets in an internship related to something and you're struggling, that tells you I have to go back to that material or I have to look for additional material to understand this. If you have to build a project and you have to use a tool that you didn't use before, so let's say there's a project where you have to build an FTP server, but you don't quite understand how an FTP server works. You don't understand the networking behind it, like the firewall rules that you need and stuff like that. Then maybe you should go back, rebuild it, research all the different things that you use so that you can go to an interview in the future and say, hey, I built this project. I used this. I had to make certain changes to my network settings for it to work.
Yeah.
So that you can show that you own that. And I don't care if it's something you build on a Raspberry Pi or that you build in an internship with Meta.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think it goes back to the general idea of being curious. How curious are you to take your knowledge to the next level? Because there is such a thing as very surface knowledge. You kind of know what it does. You kind of know how it works. You kind of know how to fix it versus I can break down step by step what to do. And guess what's gonna get you the job?
So in these times, our careers, especially careers that rely on brains, like we're not an artisan who chisels with a tool that's physical that they hold,
and the
right?
time of ChatGPT too.
Yeah. So my craft is my brain and whatever I can retain and whatever I can learn. So I have to commit to being able to make more money with that brain over time, right? So I have to keep myself sharp. And if that involves taking things that I already know, but asking me, what else could I learn? Like, I've been using Git for like 8 years. There's still some things that happen where I have to go back to the basics or call one of my colleagues and like ask them, like, I encountered this situation, what can I do? And then they may have a fast answer, but it's on me to go and research that so that I don't have to call them the next time this happens.
Yeah.
That's one high performance habit that I have. If I ask for help one time and they point me in the right direction, I should never go back to them to ask them that same question. And I've seen a lot of newbies get burnt because of this.
Yep.
Like,
they get lazy.
I can
And
think
also-
about people where
and not
it's
only
like
that, it's-
every time you had to do that one thing, you asked for the same help. That sends a bad signal.
And another high performance habit in the same line is, how do you ask for help? Because there's a difference between, hey, I need help with this problem, versus, hey, I did this, I researched that, I tweaked with this, I got this error message, now I need your help right there.
Yeah, and at Yellowtail,
You see the difference?
we build this into our internship.
It shows intention.
Yeah, we do not take like, oh, I was doing this and I couldn't set it up.
No,
That's not how it works.
That's not good enough. That's not how it works.
First, you need to tell me, what did you do?
What did you do? What did you research?
What did you try?
What broke? What kind of error message did you get? What did you do with that error message? Did you research that error message?
And I remember we got a lot of resistance at the beginning because they were like, well, it's like, you guys are not helping me. We're preparing you for reality.
Yeah.
Because in a work environment, if you just say, I wasn't able to do it, I can't do that ticket, you're going to get in trouble.
Granted, the reason why that usually happens, Paloma, is because there are two parts of the program. The part where we are training you on the operating system.
And we guide you, we hold your hand.
Exactly. And the second part is about solving broken issues with an environment, right?
So, or engineering. Brand new solutions.
So now it's not about a step-by-step guide to do this. It's about, here's the problem. You have the general knowledge. You have the resources to research. Now, how do you go and research and synthesize all you found and get a solution? And to them, it's very new.
Yeah. And I tell students this all the time. We make good money for two reasons. We babysit systems that are important and mission critical. So we need to be able to learn how to get them back working as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And because we know how to engineer solutions with things we don't know about.
Yeah.
So every year, a system admin, a cloud engineer is assigned multiple projects where they have to use things that they've never used before.
High performance habit is about the intention and intensity you bring to the work. Meaning, it could be to breaking into a tech. It could mean to grow your career into tech. It's about the intention.
Understanding that it's a marathon and not a sprint.
Yep. And giving it no choice but to work. That's it.